But first, Malaysian opposition leader Anwar Ibrahim has made no secret of his burning desire to become his country's Prime Minister. Close at last year's election, but not close enough. He's now embarked on a high-risk strategy to realise his long-held ambition. Mr Anwar has decided to take on the post of Chief Minister in Selangor, the richest and most industrialised state in Malaysia. His goal, to use his administration of Selangor as a showcase to vault him into the Prime Ministership. Anwar Ibrahim, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Jim.
Immediately after last year's election, you told me that you were planning to take a back seat in politics. These hardly seem like the actions of a man planning to reduce his workload.
I think the circumstances with the economic problem, the turmoil within UMNO and the incessant attack using race and religion to incite hatred and enmity, I think that compels us to take some drastic measures, including to fortify the state of Selangor as a base for us to challenge the regime.
But why Selangor? There are other places in Malaysia where your party underperformed in the elections last year that could use your standing and profile to boost your side of politics, its national standing?
Selangor is, of course, adjacent to Kuala Lumpur. The seat is between Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya. And Selangor is where we are in control with Pakatan Rakyat government, and we will not only be able to influence but undertake some very, very effective drastic measures to propel the economy and fortify and also build up these, mobilize the people to challenge these racist slurs and causing dissension between religions. And I think Selangor therefore is pivotal. If we can do it, save Selangor, then immediately can be seen by Malaysians as a model state under our rule.
You are increasing your workload. You are not stepping down, resigning from your seat in the National Parliament. Why won't people think that you really don't have enough time to do both jobs properly, that your plate will be overloaded?
Well, the fortunate part is that this constituency is just 30 minutes from my house, without traffic, that is, and I will be able to delegate a lot of responsibility, and so I think we can manage. We work as a team, both in the party and in Selangor and in Parliament.
But your real goal is to take over as Selangor Chief Minister from Abdul Khalid Ibrahim?
No, there is that possibility being considered now. I've had discussions with Khalid, but I think we now have decided just to focus on the state constituency for the by-elections, but we do not discount the possibility of a change of guard and to ensure that Khalid, if at all, if he continues to play a role as an economic advisor. But there's an eventuality, there's no final decision on this.
And what about the views of those analysts who suggest this means that you have now given up hope of ever becoming Prime Minister of Malaysia? You are content, are you, to be simply Chief Minister of Selangor?
To the contrary, no. I mean, Jim, we made it very clear. This is our launch pad, is our base to move into Putrajaya. I mean, this is the richest state, most effective state, most popular state, and we will want to, as a showcase of how we run through good governance and transparent governance.
You don't think these divided responsibilities may confuse some of your supporters? They may wonder what you're really up to, whether your loyalty is to the nation or to the state of Selangor, and that this could harm your cause?
Well, a legitimate concern, Jim, but I think I owe it to the people of Selangor and Malaysians to explain to them why this is necessary, why this is essential, why we need to put a stop to this race card. They know the Selangor is the address, the strategy, the thrust of our campaign is still economic policies, spiraling food prices, rampant endemic corruption, poor governance, monopoly. These are issues that we will continue to debate during the campaign.
It is a risk, though, if you were to end up as Chief Minister, you then have to demonstrate to the rest of Malaysia that Selangor is a showcase for what you can do in a leadership role. If that doesn't work, that could harm your chances nationally.
You are right. Precisely, there's a major challenge. More the reason I have to make sure it works. More the reason why we have to have a cohesive leadership strategy of the coalition.
In the end, whatever happens, doesn't this yet again show how dependent the opposition in Malaysia is on your personal leadership, that there's still no one else who can take over from you, that it's a bit of a one-man band?
Well, not quite correct, because Penang is being led by Guan Eng and reasonably well. And I think in Parliament you have seen these new MPs performing reasonably well. They need to be given some years, but I think I am very confident that the second national leadership will be able to deal with it.
One final question. You are still before the courts. Your acquittal could be overturned. Wouldn't an UMNO campaign around sodomy charges undermine your appeal to voters in Selangor?
Jim, they have done it for 15 odd years. Vicious, dirty machinations, using everything from agents to sex, and I have no qualms about they using that again. But I will not bow to threats. I will not surrender just because of the machinations of the dirty leaders.
Anwar Ibrahim, once again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim.